Hi Ryan. This is being filmed on your Droid Turbo, the first phone you ever had. Well, second, if you count the flip phone from mom and dad, if you count that. Um, I don't know if I'm ever gonna see this video again, or maybe not. But I was gonna talk about Oma. If you're watching this, if I still have it. But I want to record it soon enough so you can have it way down the line if you're telling your kids something, or if you have your Davy or Lily are trying to ask you about Oma. Oma was your grandmother and Davy and Lily's great grandmother. I don't want to think of her last few days, but when she first went into hospital, which was down by Hamilton Lake, Kennedy, I remember first seeing her with the nose piece, and that was because of the gallbladder or something way back when. And whatchamacallit, she had something wrong, but she came home. She was about maybe 60 something then, maybe. But she got up every morning and made me an egg for when I was in school 1 and school 5. I think it ended right in middle school. I think she stopped getting up then and doing it. My mom always said that she was planning on going. She always said she didn't want to be here. She said, "Oh, I always told her she's gonna live to 100." And she said, "No, I hope I'm be so long gone by then." We always said old Pa was having too much of a fun time up in heaven, where he didn't want her up there yet. So old Pa died on the 24th. Oma died on the 25th. And here's a prayer card if you don't have any left. So put my fingers right there and let you record that for a few minutes. Okay. So let's get down to the last few days. Thursday, he came home from school. She was laying on the couch. He said, "You be sure home? Oh, you be sure here to help me." And I said, "Sure, I'm always here to help you." So I didn't help her. I went upstairs and I crawled up here and went to sleep or something. Later that night, I was down on the couch watching TV as usual, probably like Cartoon Network or Comedy Central or something. Just sitting there, and for the last few weeks, like, if you're sitting there looking at TV, she's on the 2-seater couch over there, and she's just staring at our door. Just staring. That's the breathing she always did. I'm trying to think of what else to say before I get to the 2 last days. I really need some water for this. Oh, hold on 1 second, Ryan. Let me record this video again for long enough. Because if I get enough water. I have a little bit of water. Always left empty bottles around in your room, you know. I can just get enough out to wet my mouth. But At Oma's birthday party, at her birthday, she said, "Oh, you shouldn't have got me a car. I won't be here next year." And she was right. She wasn't. She wasn't here. She saw my blue hair. She saw me grow up. Until now. I thought she would make it to graduation at least. You know, it's funny because when Sean always came over to the house to take care of Oma, she would ask, "Where's David?" Sean and David broke up a few weeks before that, I believe. And, you know, as Oma was in the hospital Friday she was in the hospital. She got the ambulance, brought her in. Oreo would not let her go alone, so Oreo jumped in the back of the ambulance. Said, "Let's go. I'm ready to go." So Sean had to drag him back and put him in Mom's bedroom. That's what I was told. I didn't see it. But the whole thing in my heart drop was walking off the school bus, going over to the mailbox, grabbing the mail like usually I did when I was in high school, 10th grade. I would walk over there and look at the mail. I walked in the house. I had my mail on with the jacket, you know, with the pockets inside where you always put your phone in the morning, and try to sneak it out of the house and go to school and mess around with your friends and have fun. You walked in, Dad's chair was moved all the way up, the couch, the heater, her wheelchair, her crutch, her walker was all moved off to the side. And first thing he did was walk in and nobody was there. Dead silent. It was just on the weekend. So then I call Mom on the phone and say, "Hey, where's Oma at?" And she was like, "Oh, the ambulance came and got her, and now she's in the hospital and she's lying here." I'm like, "Okay." So then I heard the story where my dad said she's not breathing right, or she wasn't doing something right, or he was just standing there next to Oma, right where the heater and the two-seater couch used to be, or is still, and he was hearing her stomach gurgle or whatever, like used to. Try not to let the video run out of video, but she was basically told, my dad told her to get home because he thought it was my time, but well, he was right. Like every time he went in the hospital, she said, "I think Oma's done," but he wasn't right. It was the time. This time he was right. So I went to see her Saturday because Mom said you might want to come up here, and so I did. I went up there and hold on, I'm gonna go get a bottle of water. So anyway, where I was going off was the day we went to go see her, where Mom said that we had to come up there and you might want to say hi to her. Well, we went up there that day, that morning, or no, that afternoon, actually. It was a gray afternoon. I mean, we went up to Virtua. Me and Dad were just talking in the truck. The Dodger, the Ram, 2013 brown poop color truck. I get up there and we go up the elevator, and you know, I'm just starting to like think to myself like, "Oh shit, this is it." And I walk in there, and there she is again with the nose piece. She's got oxygen in, and there's Tammy. No. Jeff was sitting across from her. No, Antoine was sitting across from her on the other side. Uncle Rick was sitting on this side of her. So if the bed's this way, this was Antoine, this was Uncle Rick. Dave and Christy were right here, and so was Tammy and Jeff, I believe. There was a TV above where she sat. This is the bed, this is the TV, this is Tammy, this is Jeff, and then this is Christy and Davey. and there was a trash can. There was a big door behind her, but where we came in, and then over there where the window was, where the couch was and everything, Mom was sitting. I think Jeff went over there after we got in. We got in there, and well, I got in there. I stood up, and she was around. She was active. She knew where she was at and everything. And I sat down on the stool, and then she asked, "Oh, who was these two?" And then Anton got up and walked over to the couch and was sitting on the couch. So I got up and I was going to sit over by Oma, just for a little while. And she says, "Who this?" And she's like, "That's Daniel, and this is Ryan." I'm like, and then my dad was like, before that, my dad said, "Ryan, talk to her." And I was like, "Oma, it's me, Ryan." And then she was like, she looked at me with those. She looked at me with those watery eyes or whatever. I didn't cry or anything. And she just sat there, and that was pretty much it. Well, it just angers me that she's not here today to prove me wrong, to prove me right. So I sat next to her for the longest time, and Dad sits on the couch, and I'm like, okay. I just sat there looking at Oma for the longest time. Her little hands. You know, her hands were always veiny and bony. Very veiny and bony. I'm going to take a break for a few minutes. So as I was saying, while I was right next to Oma, so my dad says we're getting ready to leave, and I say, "Goodbye, Oma," and she doesn't do nothing, so we go home. That was it for the night, and then Mom comes home later on that night and says, "Oma's spiraling down," so she's getting ready to go. Gone. Well, 5 a.m. No. Before that, she was like, "Oh yeah, Oreo's always with me." I couldn't really tell Mom if Mom was upset or not. But, it happened. The second day, she's going up there that morning. We go up there with Mom. Well, not in the car, but me and Dad started crying in the truck on the way up. Past the way back, past the burger, we just started losing it. I wish I would have took a picture of her while she was laying there in the bed, not in the coffin. Coffin, she did not look anything like herself. But I remember walking in there that morning. Calling out for Mama, 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 Mama. Mama, just reaching out. I can just see her hand. I can just see her. I can just see her hands now just reaching out. Grabbing. Uncle Rick was there, and it was just hard sitting there watching it. I was just on my phone like a stupid teenager was. And just being there in the room for her, just knowing that it was there, was kind of good for my subconscious. Oh, I also forgot to mention, this is when we did the new airline. The new airline in the shop, the PEX pipe we had to do. We only had the back room totally done yesterday, the day before that, and we did the whole room or whatever. So then, Dad says it's time to leave. They stayed her, they got her, stopped saying it or whatever. They had her calm down, and then Dad said it's time to go, and he cries or whatever a little bit at the end of the bed, touching her. they touch her feet or whatever. And then it was time for me to say goodbye. I couldn't. I walked down the hallway. Just walked. Crying. I'm just reliving it over and over again. You know, you don't want to cry because you know that they're always going to say, oh, shut up. But you know, it's hard not to cry. So then we left at around maybe 3 o'clock. Oh, Shauna was there that day as well. Shauna was there. She finally got home or something. And she was home, so it was kind of better. She got there, she got to see Oma. Not when she was awake, though. And, she was, there basically, but not there. She was out, sedated already. Shauna was crying, upset, and just on her phone. Well, back to in the shop, we get to the, where the, we get past the heater. We get the connector on down to the drill press for the holes along to put the shelves in that machine. Line border, I believe it's called. So we get there. Dad gets a phone call. Walks over, grabs his phone. Walks outside for a minute. I hear she's gone. And so I walked to the back room to grab a drink real quick. Came back out front. He hung up the phone. Airline was getting done. He says, she's gone. I honestly lost it. I walked to the back room, right where the other chop saw is, and the table saw, the movable one, right where the drill press and the thing is. I leaned up against it with my arms crossed. Just crying. And he walks behind me. And he says, come on, we gotta get this done. I'm like, why? Like, I just heard that she's gone. Like, can I just take it like 15, maybe 30, maybe like 2 days? Just hearing that, and then you want to get the pecs done. It made me think that he was an asshole at that time, but I don't know, maybe he just wanted to get it done. So we did. We got it ran from the second garage door where we can't get the cars in no more. We ran it from there over to the saw table, and then Mom, Dad, and Mom, Dave, Shauna, Dave, Christy, Tammy, and Uncle Rick and Aunt Dawn all showed up. Dave and Uncle Rick came out to see the PAX line and everything. They didn't seem too bad about it. And then we went inside. I laid on the couch watching TV, just act normal. Everybody's sitting on the table, and then I brought some of my 3D printer stuff down. And I brought it down, and I showed Dave, and Dave was like, oh, that's cool, man, and everything. So then I was like, that's alright. Well, then we started going through the wills and the pictures. We find out Oma's red wedding album book is gone. She shredded all of her pictures. And there was a black container underneath the china cabinet, not the brown one that Oma has. The one over in the corner where Oma used to sit. Mom goes in there. Pictures are gone from there, most of them, and the whole Red Album book is gone. Oma got what she wanted. She shredded all the pictures. I had a picture of Opa still when at the Christmas party. I believe I got rid of it a long time ago, thinking it was just nothing. But I should have kept that picture fully. Even though I did cut it out, I should have kept it. Even though it was someone I didn't know. Well, I put the post, then the funeral came later that week, Thursday. I went there thinking I was going to bawl my eyes out. And I almost did. I went there, went inside. Nobody was there yet. Steve, the funeral director, was there, and Mom and Dad paid the rest of it off. And I was like, I was wanting to just wander through the hallway, but I couldn't until everybody else did. So I just stayed there because I didn't want to go see Oma yet. So I knew she was laid out in the coffin in there, or they would bring her in or something. That's what I thought. So then I start walking by. I see all the people come in. And I was like, okay. And I walked there, and I walked right in front of Oma, her lifeless body laying in the coffin. I didn't think it would hurt me too much. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. That night that she was gone, I believe. No. Yeah, that night. I wrote a paper for her. There's the original copy. Not the original, but this is the copy of the original that Oma has with her forever now, as Ash in her box. And this is what I wrote. Oma was always there for me, the best 16 years of my life. I will never forget. She always made me a scrambled egg with chocolate milk, and then when I came home from school, she got up from the couch, or she would wait for me, always sitting on the stool, the step stool on the porch, the white one that Mom never likes, and with her leg just sticking straight out as always. And her head turned, looking out the window. You be home? You be sure home? Be sure. That's what she always used to say. She always said. She always had salami cut for me. And the little thing. She would ask me if I wanted a soup, because the soup that you're probably eating today, the stuff that the square or whatever that you usually boil in noodles, and then you put the powder in the bowl, and then you it's like the ramen noodles or whatever, I believe. And then she would always do that, but I'm getting ahead. She would always ask me what a penny was, because she couldn't see nothing. She would ask me, "Is that a penny?" She would be like, "Ryan, is that a penny?" And I would say yes or no, because sometimes it would be a penny, but sometimes it wouldn't. And then she would always ask me to cut her pill in half, because Ryan, I gotta ask you, can you cut my pill in half? She would always walk out, bring the pill thing, and I was like, yeah, sure. It was never a thing to do it. The first things that come to mind about my Oma: can you bring me up a salsa water and ginger ale? She would always stop and say, think of what she was gonna say else, water and ginger ale. You going with us to the walker, to the doctor's? And she would grab my arm and walk. She would Like when we were at Uncle Rick's like Christmas time or barbecue, she'd always grab my arm. Right around here. You know how I usually walk. And then what I said at the end was, "Oh my, oh my, you have changed me and my sister's lives forever. We will never forget you. We always said Opa was having too much fun." Because the joke was when she was always said that she wouldn't want to be around, we always said that Opa would always be having a little too much fun up there. Didn't want her up. Yet. The things I hear about Mom trying to figure out what the 25th means, that she died. It's all coincidence, but I don't really see it. It's just a date. 25th, Christmas and Easter. Or no, 20th, Christmas and Thanksgiving. That's the only thing I can really put it. But, I did hear that Mom said that Oma said, and said, "Jeff, beer tastes better." And then, I remember hearing Tuesday night that Mom said that Oma said that she was gonna be with, "I think I'll be with your father now." And then I don't know what night it was, and me and my mom were standing there or whatever, and she said, "I was 19 when the war started, World War II." I remember she couldn't go to the bathroom because she broke her arm, and her arm was in a cast or whatever. So me and my mom would always help her to the bathroom, and she didn't want to be a burden on us, but she never was. So I said, "Well, do you want me to help you to go to the bathroom?" And her face lit up like, "Whoa!" And she was like, "If you think we can," I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm sure we can do it." So grabbed her arm and holded her on the back, and we walked to the bathroom. And had, you know how usually like nurses help your elderly people with their pants or whatever. And then she was like, "Yeah, I'm done." And I got her up off the toilet. She pulled her pants up. I didn't look. I was looking up at the ceiling. And then she's like, "Oh," and I get her back to the chair, and she's like, "Oh, oh." And then she basically said, "No, Ryan, thank you. I really appreciate it." She would always say she would appreciate me so much. You know, if she ever sees me like this, I swear, she would tell me that, "Oh, shut up." Now where she used to sit, then her dad always does. I don't want him sitting there, but I don't have the guts to say it. I would just want him to sit in his usual spot. He did. All the time. But I guess things change. So, that's all I wanted to tell you, Ryan. Or whoever's ever watching this. I'm probably going to upload this to YouTube so I can have it, and whoever can have it forever. And the reason why I do upload YouTube videos is not to get famous. It's not to make money either. Sometimes I do say it is, but the truth is, in the back of my mind, I always have something set that when I'm dead and gone, like dead, like totally gone, just trying to clarify it, there's something left of me left here on this earth that somebody will always enjoy. My story might help somebody else out, or it might help nobody. If I die early, it's on YouTube. My mom and dad can look at it. Uncle Rick can look at it. Christy, Davy, Lily, Shauna. That's only if I die. And I'm 16. I have my permit right now. I have my 2 Novas. I gotta sand down the whole one because it's not supposed to be in primer for more than 6 months, and it got rusted away. So that's the stuff that I have to say. And I'm sorry this video is so long, but it's what I had to do. It's what I had to say. I can't help to say if it's better than the last video explaining bad news, but this is not a sequel. This is just something so my future self or anybody else who